What's happening, people? We're gonna party up in here tonight. Just a little intro.
We do know that we're at this point where if we don't do it properly, what is the point in doing it? You know, we want to create something that's going to do the right thing for us in our career at this point in time.
D'Opus and I have been working on a full-length album. It's been probably about a year in the making so far, a very, very long process. We applied for funding and were knocked back. It would have been really, really helpful to have, you know, 10 grand or however much money to help us put out the music. But that's not going to stop us. Like, we find other means to do it.
Where are Roshambo and D.O.?
Check this out, yo.
Ross and I met around 2002, 2003, but we didn't officially start doing music together until 2004. At that stage, I'd been working on rhyming for about a year and a half.
We advance on your thoughts. Bleeding pen, CNN with the war report. Like water sports, if you fall, you drench. You're in a trench, you're mucky from the sword of stench.
I approached him at a show and said, I'm really keen to do something. He said, yep, sounds good. And the first night that I went over to his house, we worked on a tune, and it ended up being the first tune on our Question promo called Hotels on Mayfair.
Yeah, what? It's Roshambo, you know, with my boy D'O. Check it out. We're crashing through with the force of a threadbow landslide. So be yourself, let your head go. Hands up. We're damn fine of just doing our own thing, but don't belittle us. We're grown men.
No, you gonna dig this.
I first came across their music in about 2005. They were supporting Black Alicious over at the ANU, one of the bigger venues in Canberra. You know, they were pretty unpolished at that stage, but they had that spark.
Yo, this is your boy Supernatural. You are now listening to The Question with your boy D'Opus and Roshambo, holding it down every time, all the time. Make sure y'all cop that.
My name's Shambo. I make a gel right. Kicking freestyles here with a lapel mic. You can't get the gleam of my head. When I kick the mad lyrics, it's full steam ahead.
Because only through knowledge can we exact change the egregious black rain.
Yeah, I was very much into English when I was at school and studied English. I did a double major English, double major media.
Knowledge can we exact change the egregious black rain stripe burn with the track.
Well, I'd always been into electronic music for quite a while. I mean, I was originally a guitar player and played all through high school and even into college. About college I started getting into electronic music, started messing with computers and sequences and synths and stuff like that.
Where are Roshambo and D.O.?
Opus means a musical item. So I wanted something that sort of encompasses all musical things rather than just being called Kid Fresh or whatever it is. I wanted to be a musical item. I wanted to be known as a musician as well as a DJ. So then eventually I found out someone else was using the same name in Sydney and put a D in front of it, changed it to
D'Opus and Roshambo.
Means rock, paper, scissors. Also comes from South Park. When they play Roshambo, you get kicked in the nuts. And that's what I like to think that my rapping will do. Hit them in the nuts.
A bunch of drunk young teens pretend they boss. Shout obscenities just to offend they cops. And one ill look can get you done real crook.
Sampling has always been a big part of whatever I've done in the studio. The majority of the stuff that I use for inspiration and for other samples are all off vinyl. I take it all off the turntable, record it into the MPC, my sampler, which is like #1 tool drum machine. I write everything on this, chop it up, and go for broke. I won't ever use someone's idea so much that it's recognisable to the listener as, oh, that's what that person's is. I try to blend it into my style and to create something that's new.
You know what's fresh? I keep it true. I'm just sitting here doing what it do when I say to you the truth out my mouth, or when I speak them real words, you know what I'm about. Collaboration's important to Ross and I in the fact that we want to be able to use collaborations to enhance our music and then as a result enhance the experiences and the styles of another artist, doesn't matter what genre they're from. Being able to work with people like Cast Too Deadly, Axe Acklands enhances the fun of making music.
Lately we've been involved in a couple of workshops where we've been teaching a group of 10 to 15, 6 to 10-year-olds, I guess, where Rowan talked about the rhyme and how he writes his lyrics and all that sort of side of things, and I explained how I make beats on the MPC. Different pads that have the sounds assigned to them.
It's so cool and it's really cool.
So it's been good to sort of be involved in the community in that way.
I do a radio show called The Antidote on 2XX Community Radio.
We've luckily just had the privilege of cutting our first ever music video for D'Opus Roshambo, tune called Voyage, with no other than Mr. Cameron Brown, aka Mr. Brown. So big shout outs to him. 20 style, we did it at the Julep Lounge and the Hyatt. So
came out very nicely. We're quite happy with it.
Thanks to everybody involved.
The album's still a fair way away, probably early 08. That album will be due out.
Welcome everybody to a voyage of sorts, a trip I reminisce as a voyeur of thoughts. From a boy on a course to a man part trained to recognize in my heart still room to chart change.
This is D'Opus Roshambo.
To promote our music and a new record that we've got coming up, we use a number of means, such as getting out there and doing live shows.
This is our CD launch. We got a CD for sale. We like it. We hope you do.
Ross and I love playing live, seeing people getting into it and hearing your music really live and having the spontaneity of getting up there and just, you know, I don't know what Ross is going to do sometimes. We don't plan our sets entirely, so there's always an element of surprise.
D'Opus cut the wax like this.
For us, I don't think there is that option to get signed up to a big record label. We need to be able to promote our music, market our music, get it out to all the people in all the smaller towns of Australia. For us to even have any sort of impact higher than we have done already. But the reality is that in Australia you don't make money off CD sales, you make money from touring. If we got over the next hump, which I guess is getting a bit of notoriety around Australia, maybe making it to medium rotation on Triple J or something like that, selling a couple of thousand CDs, if not, you know, tens of thousands, then yeah, sure, we'd have to look at it at that stage, but really we're just going to keep working at what we're doing and hope that all the effort we've put into our music so far pays off and we get some notoriety for what hard work we've put in.
Thanks, party people, for rocking with us tonight. We had a good time. Come up and say what up. We're very approachable. We like people who say, hey, what's happening?